Well, hello everybody. We're back here at what I'm calling these days the tortured toy box. You'll see why in a minute. It's Sunday, April 8th. And another week's gone by since my last video, and I've made some progress. Made a lot of progress making a big mess, you can see here. And this, I just swept this, so it gets pretty terrible. But anyway, got this thing up high enough so I wouldn't be running around hitting my head on the lifter arms, the lift arms, while I was sweeping and stuff. But you can see what I've gotten done here. Not a fun job for sure, but it's coming out pretty good. See, there's the inside of the rocker arms. I mean the rocker arms. The rockers. Did this section yesterday back here. This is up over the not over the differential. This is up under the back seat. That part of the floor. This is up over the differential, and that was a royal pain. So what I've decided, what I'm doing now at this point, it's kind of tough for me alone. I'm working alone right now. My son's helping, but he's really busy, and he's at a point where if he gets past some of the stuff that he's doing, then he'll be available to help. So I'm doing this stuff while he's doing that stuff, and hopefully eventually we can get together when it's time to fill holes and do metal work and all that shit. We can be doing that together. This cleaning stuff is not two-man work. But what I do need help with, if I'm going to do it, is rolling this outside. So what I'm doing is I'm using Easy Off. I used Easy Off last night before I quit. I did this section of frame from that. Sorry, the light here is not the best. I did from that body mount to that body mount. I did the side, both sides of the frame. I haven't done the bottom. Figured the bottom would be easy enough to do with a brush or whatever else. And I did that side of the frame, same way. From that body mount to that body mount on the inside and the outside. And then I came back here and I sprayed all that area up there. See above that's where the gas tank lives. And over to the spare tire well. And I sprayed all of that. So that's all been sprayed with Easy Off, and it's been sitting there overnight. I kind of did the same thing up there the night before. And that works pretty well, except where there's thick undercoating. That, you simply need to heat that and scrape it off, because nothing else works on it. And what I found, since I can't roll the car outside, I mean, I have no front end. I've got that fixture to put under the jack, and that works, but it takes two people. I can put the back wheels back on, and I can put that fixture under the front cross member and roll it outside and use the hose. Then I got to roll it back in, and I don't think I can do that alone. So what I figured out as an alternate is this method. You know how the Easy Off, you put it on and then you rinse it off, right? So what I'm doing as far as rinsing it off, I found I had a whole bag of these towels. These are some kind of a fiber, almost a netting, and it's a synthetic, so it holds up real well. And a bucket of water, gloves, you know, I put some kind of waterproof gloves on, and dump this in the water. And remove the Easy Off with the green stuff, with the green thing. Once it fills up with oil or whatever, just dip it back in that water and clean the oil off of it, and go. And it lasts like all day. By the end of the day, it's got some holes in it, but it's still cleaning. So it ended up being perfect for what I'm doing. It's a pain in the ass job, but it's working. As you can see, I'm almost at the tail end. All that wiring is going to go because I'm rewiring the whole car. So I'm going to get up there before I do any more with the cleaning. I'll get up there and cut all that wiring off. And eventually I'll have to do the differential too. You know, sometimes it's easier to take the whole thing apart than it is to just do an update. Because, you know, you want to not take everything apart when you're just doing an update. It would be easier to take the body off, clean the chassis without the body on it, clean the body without the chassis under it. But I don't want to go there. I mean, it's like there's a limit to what you want to, where you want to, you know, how deep you want to get into it. I'm trying to do an upgrade and do a nice upgrade so I can clean the bottom and paint the bottom while I'm working on it, instead of leaving all the road grime all over it. But it's kind of a pain in the ass doing it without taking it apart. Anyway, so that's where we're at. Sorry about the light. I put some light in here, but the camera's not focusing that well on it, not adjusting to it that well. Maybe that helps. Get it up in a spot where it can focus. Here, look from the outside. See what that looks like up here. Anyway, you get the idea. Back to work. I'll show you more later. See ya. Well, hello there, everyone. It's good old Friday the 13th. And after spending at least 3 days out here this week, I think we're done. Underneath, cleaning, doing the cleaning. I think we're done. Got all the way to the back, cleaned the differential. You can see I made one hell of a mess in here. And that's my task for the rest of the day now, is to clean this up. Obviously, since I couldn't run it outside, I did use Easy Off. I used, I think, 4 cans of it. There was a lot of dirt and grease and oil, whatever, stuck underneath this car. I don't think it was ever cleaned. So, like I said, it's a whole bunch lighter for sure. So anyway, since I couldn't roll it outside, I'm working alone, and under the conditions that it's in, I could have put the back wheels on, but I have no front suspension, and I can roll it around on the jack because I made that fixture for the front, and I'm pretty sure I could have rolled it out, but I don't think I'd have been able to get it back in. So I had to go to plan B. And what I did is I used the Easy Off, and then in order to get rid of it, you see that bucket with the black water in it? And there's one that's even got blacker water in it. I had these green things. They're some kind of synthetic, and I had a whole bag full of them, and they work quite well. The weave is loose enough that once you get the oil, so I spray with the Easy Off, let it sit, and then put that green stuff in the water and wipe the Easy Off with that green stuff. And like I said, that the weave is loose enough on that thing that when you put it in the water, the greasy stuff comes out of it really easy. So it lasts most of a day using one of those things. So that worked fairly well. It was kind of slow, but it worked fairly well. You see the frame came pretty nice. Sorry about the light. I got as much light under here as I can arrange. Sometimes it opens up and you can see pretty well there. You can see that pretty well. Frame came out pretty nice. And after almost a whole day, the differential came out. For not being able to take it apart, I'm pretty happy with it. It came out pretty good too. Very tedious, slow, tedious, dirty, nasty, messy. But like I said, I'm pretty happy with it. You can see the floor and stuff. The sheet metal came pretty good. A lot of the paint came off. There wasn't much paint on it. A lot of the paint came off down to bare metal, and you can see the metal's all in quite good condition. There's a little tiny bit of surface rust back here. Suspension, the springs were a bitch to clean. Come on. But anyway, it's ready to move on to the next step. I have not done anything up in the wheel openings. I think what I'm going to do there is wait until I do get some help here We'll drag the pressure washer here. My son's got it at his house. We'll drag that here. We'll roll the thing out, and I'll pressure wash. That's got a real thick coat of undercoating inside those fender openings, wells. So I'll get the pressure washer back here, and I'll pressure wash that so it's clean, and I'll just put a light coat of the black chassis paint up in there right over the undercoating. I think that's way good enough. So like I said, we're done here. Now, like I said, the next step for today is to clean all this. I think I'm going to take all this paper out of here and put a new layer, because nobody wants to come in here the way this floor is. And I don't blame them. I'm glad, especially my wife. She comes within 3 feet of the garage door and stops. So that's the project for the rest of the day. I'm sure glad this is done. I think I probably have, I'm going to say 7 days cleaning this. Whole bunch of latex gloves. I've swept this floor probably half a dozen times. Because like I say, you drop all that shit on the floor and then it starts, all of a sudden you're a half-inch taller because it gathers up under your shoes. All right, so for now we're done. Have a good one, guys. Have a good weekend. Thanks for watching.